I need to say something to you, and it might challenge the way you've been seeing yourself for a long time. There's a habit you've built that feels like resilience. It looks like independence. On the surface, it even seems admirable. But underneath all of that, it's quietly draining you. You've been trying to handle everything on your own. Every responsibility, every worry, every moment when life feels overwhelming. You've been carrying it by yourself. The sleepless nights, the silent stress, the pressure that sits heavy in your chest when no one else is around. You've convinced yourself that this is just part of being strong. And honestly, it makes sense why you'd think that. At some point in your life, you learned that asking for help wasn't safe. Maybe you reached out once and didn't get what you needed. Maybe someone dismissed you, ignored you, or made you feel like your struggles didn't matter. Or maybe you grew up watching people around you deal with everything alone, never leaning on anyone, never showing vulnerability. So you absorbed that lesson. This is what strength looks like. So now you push through everything. You solve your own problems. You keep your struggles to yourself. You avoid burdening other people. You show up with a composed face, even when things inside you feel chaotic. Over time, you've become so good at appearing okay that people rarely question it anymore. In fact, sometimes even you believe it. But there's a hidden cost to living this way. What you've been calling strength is actually isolation. And that isolation slowly drains your energy, your clarity, and your emotional well-being. Let me explain it in a different way. Picture a single tree standing tall in an open field. From a distance, it looks completely self-sufficient. It doesn't seem to rely on anything else. It stands upright, weathering storms, growing leaves, doing exactly what trees are supposed to do. But what you don't see is what's happening beneath the ground. Below the surface, that tree is part of an intricate system of roots. Those roots stretch outward and intertwine with the roots of other trees. Through this underground network, trees exchange nutrients, water, and even chemical signals. They support each other in ways that aren't visible from above. It's not just survival, it's cooperation. Now imagine what happens if that connection is cut off. The tree might still look the same at first. Its trunk remains solid. Its leaves might still appear green. From the outside, nothing seems wrong. But beneath the surface, something critical is missing. Without that network, the tree loses access to shared resources. It can't receive extra nutrients during tough conditions. It can't communicate distress. Slowly, quietly, it begins to weaken. Not all at once, not dramatically, but steadily. That's what's been happening to you. You've been standing tall, appearing capable, holding everything together. But at the same time, you've disconnected yourself from the very support system that could sustain you. And this isn't about becoming dependent on others or expecting someone to rescue you. There's an important distinction here. Needing someone to fix your life is very different from allowing people to stand beside you while you navigate it. You don't have to hand over control. You don't have to lose your independence. But you also don't have to do everything in silence. Real strength includes knowing when to let someone in. Right now, a lot of your energy is being used just to maintain that I'm fine version of yourself. Holding everything inside takes effort. Pretending you're okay takes effort. Carrying everything alone takes effort. And that effort adds up. It leaves you exhausted, even if you can't always explain why. But here's the shift you can make. Start small. You don't need to tell everyone everything. You don't need to suddenly become an open book. All it takes is one moment of honesty with one person you trust. Reach out to someone who feels safe. It could be a friend, a family member, or anyone who has shown they genuinely care about you. And instead of giving them the polished version of your life, give them the real one. You can keep it simple. Say something like, I've been dealing with a lot lately, and I just need someone to listen. I'm not looking for solutions. I just want to talk about it. That one step might feel uncomfortable at first, maybe even a little scary, but it creates a shift. When you say something out loud that you've been holding in, it releases pressure. It creates space. It allows the weight you've been carrying to be shared, even if just for a moment. And something else happens too. The energy you were using to suppress and manage everything internally becomes available again. Instead of spending all your strength just trying to keep things together, you can start using that energy to move forward, to create, to heal, and to grow. You were never meant to do all of this alone. Humans, just like those trees, are wired for connection. Support doesn't make you weaker, it makes you more sustainable. The strongest people aren't the ones who isolate themselves completely. They're the ones who know how to stay grounded in themselves while still staying connected to others. So if you've been feeling tired, overwhelmed, or quietly stretched thin, consider this. Maybe it's not because you're not strong enough. Maybe it's because you've been trying to be strong in a way that cuts you off from the support you actually need. Reconnect. Let someone in, even just a little. You don't have to carry everything by yourself anymore.